baby. We got music, and now I'd like to bring back our very special artist in action, Ben Betsalel, to share something really beautiful. I'm just going to leave it to him. Ben, take it away.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. We can just play it from this computer, right?
Yeah. You want to do from here, or you want
No,
I
it's
can
from-
mirror the...
It's right here.
Okay. You need audio?
This?
No, do you need
No,
audio?
not for the computer. Thank you.
Have a nice one.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I suppose you could say that I'm an artist in action. My name is Benjamin Betsalel. I mix paint. I am interested in alchemy, in seeing, in catharsis. I'm interested in portraiture and how chance and identity and the materials of a painting can come together to open an experience for the viewer. Also within the process itself, portrait as a catalyst for dialogue. But the power of the face is something to behold, and in collection, other ideas can open. I like to make portraits based on themes, on ideas, and use these portraits as a way to broaden audience and share the experiences of people. In 2008, I traveled to Senegal, to Dakar, and I painted for 3 months. And this painting here is of Gory Island in the background, where many slaves passed the Middle Passage. But looking at portraiture as a way to communicate, to understand the experiences of others, to learn about their lives, their personal stories, creating bridges of understanding, facing each other person to person. It's always possible to find common ground. It's been my experience. And my experience has also been the importance of human dignity. In 2013, 14, and 15, I lived in Florencia, Caquetá in Colombia. I became very interested in combining art and humanitarian action, facing the experiences of people affected by conflict, other situations of violence, suffering, and loss. I collaborated with the International Committee of the Red Cross to create a series called La Ausencia en la Presencia, or Ever Present, Ever Absent. This project involved spending time with family members of missing persons due to the armed conflict, spending time with each of them to create a portrait in 4x5 format, a short first-person narrative, and an object of remembrance or importance. It's important to note that, unlike photojournalism, people's identity is not exposed, yet their story is shared. This offers insights to their life and to the situation of being missing, facing missing, and the other effects of conflict. Here are a few examples. You'll note that the title of each painting is the familiar relationship of the missing person and then the date they went missing. And I'd like to stop here and read one of the stories just to give you a sense of the other elements in the project. So this painting is titled Mother of Edgar Byron, who has been missing since the 10th of July, 1999. It's charcoal and acrylic on canvas. The object accompanying this painting is a photocopy of a letter from Edgar Byron, and this is her voice. My son, Edgar Byron, he liked to draw. One day he won an award for his artwork. When he finished school at age 17, he enrolled in the police academy to help support our family. But he never lost his interest in drawing. He worked for the police for 3 years before he was captured. For 3 months, we did not know if he was even alive. We then received a proof-of-life photograph and began to receive letters and drawings from Edgar Byron so that we would know he was fine. He would tell me not to worry. He would tell me he would return one day. But in 2002, the letters stopped. He once visited me in a dream and told me that when all of our family was together again, he would return. I always have felt he's watching over and protecting our family. The most difficult decision of my life was many years after this, when I finally took the money from the government in compensation for his service, to choose money over the hope my son was still alive. All of these stories, all of these experiences are equally as powerful. It's hard to choose one to share. So after this project, I began to travel around Colombia independently and make portraits, interested in reclaiming identity, because in conflict, people tend to suppress these things. They're not free to speak. I also went to Taganga. It's on the coast of Colombia. It's an ancestral fisherman village. I'd heard that there were just no fish left to fish. All of these people, their livelihoods taken from under them. I went to find out their personal experiences, and these are two of the paintings which are downstairs, which I've brought. After this, I continued in a second collaboration with the International Committee of the Red Cross, the ICRC, Human Beings Inside and Outside. Again, using the format of the portrait with the narrative and the object, I went inside 3 prisons across Colombia. I taught self-portrait workshops for detainees, and then in the afternoon would create portraits of detainees on the inside. And after this, with their family members on the outside. We would discuss the effect incarceration has had on their lives, how being inside or having a family member inside changed how they saw the idea of prison, of detention. In Picota prison in Bogota, for example, there was a sign, a poster that read, "The prison is nothing but being trapped by one's own thoughts, and freedom is being at peace with oneself." In each of these interactions, I found that to be quite true. People who were able to continue learning, continue growing, keeping themselves busy, were far more able to find that peace, find that clarity, and grow. And I believe that the systems which we are all part of on the outside can change such notions. One participant in the drawing course, the self-portrait workshop, said during this course, while they were learning and engaging in new ideas and looking at themselves in a mirror, something they never have the opportunity to do. It was as if the four walls had disappeared. I'd like to stop here and read us one more story. This painting is titled Nora, Wife of Cesar, who has been inside since January 13th, 2013. Every Sunday at 4 a.m., I leave the house for prison. It's difficult to go through the gates. Each locked door taking a little more out of me, draining a little more of my energy. There's a saying that women enter all dressed up and they come out looking like a piece of trash. But somehow, I don't break down. In many ways, this has been a good experience for Cesar and me. Our relationship has somehow grown inside prison. Values such as love, trust, commitment, and faith, they've been put to the test. And we've learned so much about each other and ourselves and our humanity. On the surface, it may not look good, but the simple fact of losing freedom has made us question what it means to be free. For this project, I also painted two portraits of one prison guard, one from the inside and one on the outside. And then a replica of the project was printed and traveled throughout Colombia, going to prisons and public spaces, sharing these stories, these experiences, the paintings. 20,000 catalogs were made. I would like to finish today by showing you a few paintings from the other kind of work I do, a large format, mostly under a series called The Whether or Not. Interested in climate change, whether or not we do something about it, the shift that goes on in the landscape around us, in the landscape within us, and the truth that life goes on. I want to thank you for your time.